The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face-Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face-Off Hockey Show. What? With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
the breakaway. Takes two
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Yes!
Here's your host for the Face-Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
And let's try this one again. Hello and welcome to another episode of Face-Off Hockey Show. I'm your host, Scotty Waz. How are you folks this week? Glad to hear. Glad to hear it. Joined as always by Giro d'Italia, frontman Johnny P.
Yes. Either that, now that I can see myself, I kind of feel like Bono. I don't know why.
Just don't hit a tree when you're skiing.
Oh.
Oh, that was Sonny Bono. I apologize. Also joining us, a guy who had two quote-unquote teammates pull a knife on a referee in a parking lot. Mark with a C. Allegedly.
Yeah, that happened. Allegedly happened. I wasn't there. I don't know if it actually happened.
The worst part about having to start the show over is that Poison won't even hear the joke we made.
It's probably the best.
Hey, look, there I am.
Hi, there he is, Mark. Not even with the C.
No, but I did see you have it. There is a C there. Mark, should I do this instead?
Let's find out.
Is that better?
Marsh.
Supposedly there's a C there.
Allegedly there's a C.
Do you remember the soccer jersey you had where the M fell off the back of it and it just said ARC?
No, I don't. Don't remember that at all. Not at all.
No?
No. Mm-mm.
That's weird. Why do I remember that?
I'm sure there was one. I might have burned it from my memory.
It was a bad childhood memory, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right. Well, gentlemen, your weeks, how were they great and how were they not so great? Johnny P, obviously it was great because you got new glasses.
I did. I got new glasses. Yeah. These are the fun ones. These are my sunglasses that I can use to ride bikes and other neat outdoorsy things. And they change. They go from being what they are right now to being all dark and mirrory and
to be fair, even from this ability away, length away, there it is. It still looks like it's dark. It still looks like you're wearing sunglasses at night, like Corey Hart.
Yeah, I mean they're not as dark right now as what they could be, because you can still see through them. You can see my eyes.
A little bit. I can see you blinking. The reflection off the light kind of helps too.
Yeah.
Shielded.
Well, I'm blinded by the light.
Well,
there was too much light down here. That's why.
Well, yeah, obviously it's the basement. There should be where the most light is.
The basement studio.
Basement studios.
I'll wear my normal glasses next week. I'm too embarrassed to walk upstairs and pick them up though.
Well, let's show the people off. I will talk you through it. You walk to the camera, show the people how great you look with the reflection.
Yeah,
because
look, check this
as
out.
Johnny P goes closer, look at him.
Look.
He's mirrored up. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
I almost think those are better than transitional lenses.
These are transitional lenses.
Well, they're odd transitions.
As you transition closer to him,
yes.
they become mirrors.
They're Oakley's version of photochromatic lenses, so they go from the light to the dark when you go outside and in bright places. And but I stepped it up a notch because my old company was paying for my glasses, and got the mirrored versions.
$45 million question. Why didn't you get the Oakleys with the earbuds in them so you could double up and you don't have to use the headphones anymore?
I do already have a pair of those, but Oakley doesn't make them anymore.
What?
They've been discontinued. Oakley has gotten out of the electronics business.
The hell?
Yeah.
First the hockey business, now the electronics business? What's this World Cup?
I blame Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, makes sense. You know what? I blame the fall of beach volleyball.
Oh. Wow.
But it's the spring. Why the fall?
Well, because the leaves are turning and, they can't play in the leaves. And because of that, beach
what did beach volleyball do?
Well, I think Well, obviously, we don't hear about Karch Karai anymore, do we?
It's true.
Hear about Misty May Trainer though?
Do
Yes.
we? I don't.
I mean,
I
when's
just-
the last time a beach volleyball game, a video game, was made?
Dead
That's
or
a
Alive volleyball when I was in
Yeah.
college, but those
Oh,
were
really?
cool.
they were terrible games. But yeah, that probably was the last one.
It was no Kings of the Beach, though, was it?
Can there really be a Kings of the Beach? Another one?
No, I don't think so.
I think the original holds tried and true.
I don't think so. Speaking of things from our youth, did you see the article that Kerry Fraser put out about the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah, no, it's
You
good.
didn't?
No, because I shared it with the Facebook community.
Oh, yeah. That's smart. That's smart right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm always a little late to parties.
It's all right. These things happen. You're fashionably late.
It's because I sleep a lot.
Oh, that helps too. Yeah, no, the Kerry Fraser thing was pretty damn hilarious because that was way too in depth for Minnesota State hockey. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It's pretty
Somebody
fun.
has too much free time.
Exactly. TSN needs to stop. They added. Did you see they added 4 more channels? Or no, 3 more channels. There's TSN, TSN2, TSN3, TSN4, TSN5. They just need 3 more channels so they can get the World Dodgeball League right.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
And then Lance Armstrong will be part of that too.
Here's the funny thing about this.
That's
is
true.
They don't have the NHL rights anymore. They have the local rights to I think a couple teams. What the hell are you going to fill the rest of the airtime with? Darts? Which, don't get me wrong, fantastic idea.
Yes, darts and curling.
I was watching darts at a bar, ironically enough, and
Darts at a
On
bar.
television or in person?
on the television.
Were they professionals or just guys in the corner?
It was the British guys where they sell out an arena.
Yes.
Um,
You were watching Were you watching the British Premier League of darts?
I'm pretty sure I was.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All I know is the music was on, but every time they hit a 180, I said to myself, 180! And
Yes.
I gave myself a huge pop, giggling to myself and looking weird.
As you should, dancing around.
Exactly. 'cause
Woohoo!
holding signs.
I kind of want to go to an event at one point.
That seems like it would be an amazing event.
Every time I watch darts on TV, it just looks like 2,000 drunk people watching the only 2 sober people throw darts. And I'm not exactly sure if they're sober either.
No, I don't think so. My question is, how the hell do you sell out an event like that?
Why
And
don't you? Darts is huge.
Apparently, why hasn't it caught on in this country? Why don't we have rafters or bleachers set up at Frank's Den and do it like that?
I've never been there on darts night. Maybe they do.
They should
I mean, they might just use the portable bleachers.
get Terry Sweetums to be the announcer.
Yes.
Yes.
Very Sweetums. With the-
180 there, hon. It's just really. Actually,
every throw. 180. No, that was 20. Well, I can't count.
it doesn't matter there. You get a 180, we all pop, we all get a drink of their beer. It's gonna be good.
Yes.
Just throw the damn darts there. Don't try to hit me again. It's terrible.
The Old Bay beer.
Yes, the what the hell is it called? Something. Flying Dog did it. That's all we know.
Yes,
And,
Flying Dog something.
Something.
With Old Bay on it.
It's got Old Bay and it's fantastic. Yeah, I look forward to that for the Big Stand Invitational.
Yes, Big Stand Invitational. T-shirts are in the works for the Big Stand Invitational.
Well, God willing, if you can get back to us, that'd be even better.
Yeah, I haven't heard back yet, but T-shirts are in the works.
Hopeful.
I mean, push comes to shove, I can always just cafe press the shit out of them. So
I like Cafe the Press.
cafe the press too.
We'll Cafe the Press. It's like what you do with basketball. Just Cafe the Press.
Yeah, that's how you beat it quickly.
Exactly. You got to cafe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Espresso. Almost in Donald Sterling territory, so I wouldn't go on.
Yeah.
Speaking of basketball,
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's fantastic that that the Wizards are in the playoffs, and Ted Leonsis has scheduled a Lady Gaga concert that had to get moved because they scheduled it during a time when they did not expect the Wizards to be in the playoffs, and yet here they are. So they had to move the Lady Gaga concert 3 days earlier to
Hmm.
accommodate
Good.
a Wizards home playoff basketball game that no one expected to happen ever.
Here's the thing. When's the last time Lady Gaga was relevant? Exactly. We get it. She did her little meat suit, and then she got a little too crazy for everyone. Now everyone hates her. It's great. It's a great thing that's happening.
All it takes is a little meat suit, and that's going too far.
Exactly. I learned that in college. I don't know why she didn't pick up on it. I wrote a whole pamphlet about it.
Yep. Maybe she didn't go to Newman.
Well, exactly. Maybe we
And
should do that.
The internet wasn't a big thing back then.
We should leave. Yeah, because I barely got DSL. And that's just my personal life. But anyway, we should leave for Philly early and just visit Newman and just yell at the campus.
All right.
I hate all of you. Let's
We
go.
don't have anything to do that Thursday.
That is true. Till we
I
get
mean,
up there.
the U.S. play at 11:30 a.m. I believe, so we can leave after that.
That works. Well, by that time, our rooms will be ready, I hope.
It only takes 2 hours to get there.
Are you sure about that? I thought I just checked the U.S. schedule, and I thought they played at like 11. Unless they posted all the times in Brazil time.
Is that a lot different than me saying that they play at 11:30?
I thought you said 8:30.
No, I
No,
said
he said
11:30.
Oh. Well, 11:30 sounds right then.
Okay.
And I think Brazil's on the same time zone as.
You shut your mouth. You don't know anything about Brazil.
No, I don't.
My eyeballs hurt.
No, I could see that. You're trying to figure out what the hell you were doing.
This is why I can't wear contacts, kids.
Because you get to pick your eyeball out?
Because the allergies will not allow me to put a set of contacts on my eyeballs.
Your
Yeah.
allergies?
I
Not
was just itching my eyes, and
There's not a chance I would be able to make that happen.
that's not happening.
You know why I don't wear contacts? I
'Cause you
fool
don't need 'em?
myself. I fool myself into having good vision.
Ugh.
It's a brain trick.
I had great vision until I went to the doctor.
Oh yeah,
Ow.
it's kind of weird. Do you get
And-
vaccinated?
I hadn't gotten my eyes tested in 15 years.
Interesting.
There we go. That feels better for now.
Yeah, right. You go to the bathroom, splash cold water in your face, cool yourself down a bit.
Maybe.
Or just drink whatever you're drinking.
Or maybe just a little beverage.
Well, either way, listen, whatever numbs the pain doesn't matter. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, a week I'll be home, boys.
A week.
Indeed.
You know how zoned out I am right now? I am actually.
How zoned out are you?
I'm so zoned out. I'm actually going through my head places how to get around Anne Arundel County again. I'm literally driving Stan's car all around trying to figure out, all right, where do I go here? If I turn here, where is this going to end up taking me? If I go here, here, and here. I've already plotted out a couple museums I'm going to go see. The Radio and Television Museum in Bowie, which, fantastic place for it, I guess. The National Radio and TV Museum is in Bowie, and I'm like, that doesn't make a damn bit of sense. And also, by my hotel, there's like a satellite thing across from Northrop Grumman. That's or right next to Northrop Grumman that has like all military satellites and horse shit there.
That sounds about right.
Seems pretty badass. I'm just going to
Satellites and horse shit?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's also an equestrian center as well.
Ah, that's probably right, actually.
It's really odd. That's apparently how they powered the old World War I stuff. And also, it's a ham radio facility, which I didn't know that, if I got like a honey-baked ham, I can go ahead and make a radio station out of it. That's things you learn.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Jewish people can't work at ham radio stations.
Well, of course not. Why would that? It's against their religion.
Not kosher.
In fact, they actually run the actual radio industry, so that's how they got so big.
Ah, I see.
I can't prove that one way or the other. But yeah, no, it seems pretty interesting. Also, I'll be going that during the week. The funny thing is that the national radio and TV thing is only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's like, well, this is garbage.
Oh.
So
you have to try and match that into the schedule?
essentially, find a way to either go Friday, first Friday or last Friday, or the Sunday. Thinking the Sunday could be the best idea. Not for nothing though. I'm pretty sure any of those days I'll be fine in terms of trying to get parking and getting into seeing every exhibit. I don't think the National Radio and TV Center is a big draw.
I feel like I should know about the National Radio and TV Center if it's this close to me.
You'd think that, but you'd also think you'd know about that the other one with the ham radios and stuff that's in Linthicum.
Well, yeah. That one is actually just some guy's basement. I mean, let's be honest.
TV Museum. Should be the Capitol. What the hell am I? Ah, there we go. The National Capitol and Radio and Television Museum in Bowie, Maryland.
That's a lot of words.
Really is.
I want to get a T-shirt.
I don't know if you can get a T-shirt. We'll have to find that out. Yeah, it's in Bowie, Maryland. Where at in Bowie? Well, I'll tell you.
The Cow Palace.
It's 2608 Mitchellville Road, Bowie, Maryland. So there you go. There you
Again,
go.
that's somebody's house.
It actually is an old farmhouse that I was looking at the about. And like, yeah, somebody bought a farmhouse and they just threw it in there. I'm like, well, this seems right. This seems right for the times. Also, May is Detective and Law Enforcement Shows Month. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 2 p.m. at the museum.
So what is it? They just put on the Law and Order SVU marathon?
No, essentially it's people doing talkies. It's doing like the old school radio versions where they're actually talking the parts and there's Foley guys making noises and shit.
I don't know. I think I'd rather sit there with a bunch of people and just watch the SVU marathon.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you came in and brought like a TV with you, they'll plug a coaxial cable in and you'll be able to get A&E.
Try and get some bunny ears going.
No,
yeah, there you go.
I'd have to think that at the National TV and Radio Museum, they don't have cable.
Interesting question, and we'll have to ask those people when we're there. We're holding around a big tube TV. Listen, do you have a cable I can put in here?
What do you mean we?
Me and another guy. You're not, obviously,
We can
you're
take-
not going to carry
We
it.
can take one of my TVs and ask if they want to add it to the museum.
That's true. This is very true.
They're like, wow, we haven't seen one of those in 20 years.
Linthicum, Maryland Museum. Linthicum, Maryland. There it is. What is this one called? The National Electronics Museum. It's actually just an old Radio Shack.
Yeah. Yes. That's the Radio Shack by Best Buy, isn't it?
It might be. It's a history of the nation's defense electronics. Also a fully equipped ham radio station.
Oh, man.
That sounds awesome.
I think I'd rather have a fully equipped ham sandwich.
Well, there is a deli right by the place, so I think you can get both.
Obviously.
It's right by BWI, so there's all kinds of crazy crap there.
You can go to Ann's.
I just realized that there's a Cracker Barrel right by my hotel, too.
Whoa!
I'm like, oh, shit, son. I'm going to go sit down, sit in the rocking chairs outside at 8 in the morning.
On a Tuesday.
Tuesday, and just sit there and just talk about the old days.
Yeah.
You're 31! I don't care.
You can talk about everything you learned at the National TV and Radio Museum.
Well, I tell you, old Pork and Bess, they were there doing the radio station out of New York there. Remember, New York was called New Amsterdam at one point. I tell you what. Sit there whittling something. Corncob pipe. Piece of wheat sticking out my mouth. Really weird. I somehow acquire overalls. It's an odd situation that I'll put myself into at the Cracker Barrel.
I'm sure you can get those at Goodwill in Glen Burnie.
Oh, please. You can get them at Burlington Coat Factory. They're more than just great coats. Did you know that?
I did not.
Apparently.
Neither did I.
That's false
Why would you?
advertisement.
I want to go to the Cracker Barrel just for the general store that they have in there. The whole Cracker Barrel scene is just an amazing situation to be in. And I've missed it so. But they do have good biscuits and gravy, I will tell you that much right now.
Do you ever go in there and buy any of the goofy shit in that front room?
No, of course I would. Why wouldn't I? It's silly. It's silly fun stuff.
Mark, you can learn about everything that went on the year you were born.
Exactly. You know how amazing that is, Mark? You know how amazing that is? It's called Wikipedia, but when you have it in book form.
Yeah, we do it every year on our birthdays.
every year on our birthdays. I think we did it last week, and it was none of our birthdays.
That's true. That is true.
That is true.
We were finding out what Bastille Day was. I don't remember. Look in the show notes. It's probably in there somewhere. The point is this. The Cracker Barrel is a great place, and I think I'm going to go there for a Tuesday morning. And there's a Bob Evans right near my place. There was really a bunch of hick breakfast places around my hotel. And this to me, is amazing. And I will take advantage of that, folks. And I will take video of it, and it will be uploaded to YouTube.
Yes.
It's a great time to be alive, folks.
It's
time
a great day to be alive.
Stop that.
Enough of you.
So I was thinking about getting one of those like old-timey microphones and hanging it through the hole that I have up in the beam here, so it just hangs down, and I can grab it and be like, yeah, just talking to it, and then I can let it swing when I want to.
What, like Michael Buffer?
Well,
Yeah,
as much as I would like this to be Mama Said Knock You Out,
Don't call it a comeback.
You do have a punching bag downstairs, don't you?
I do. I have two, actually. I have a reflex bag and I have a punching bag down here.
What's the difference?
It's like Rocky
one
2
has
all over again.
One has it is, actually. It definitely is. Short of me running down the beach. Oh, that was Rocky 3. So.
Yeah, that was 3. Come on. Rocky 2 is when they were trying to get him to use all the proper equipment to train.
Yeah.
And they were tying his right hand behind his back to teach him how to jab instead of just throwing haymakers.
No dice. That's such a worthless movie. So the reflex bag has like an industrial-sized spring on the bottom of it, so when you hit it, it comes back and hits you in the forehead. The heavy bag just kind of like slowly meanders back toward you, and then you can keep punching it as hard as you can.
I like it.
Yeah, so that's the difference. The reflex bag. Sometimes if you have been drinking and you use the reflex bag, you actually have to block.
So it sobers you up.
Yeah.
So the heavy bag is like a weeble wobble.
It actually is. I just blew up one of those things we had when we were kids, and I just punched the shit out of it sometimes.
They make hockey ones of those.
It looks like a clown.
I want to get a Penguins one and just beat the crap out of it every time they play. Just in general. So that's what's up.
They do make hockey weeble wobbles?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they make all sports weeble wobbles. I'm pretty sure I saw a Ravens one.
That's a fantastic idea.
It's a genius idea. So, there's that to look forward to. Hey, Mark, are you going to actually be in studio for the time that I'm up there, or are you going to do remote like you usually do?
I could drive up, I guess.
That's up to you.
I'll come see you.
Couldn't care less. You can partake in the closers.
Yeah, we're definitely getting massive crab cakes.
Well, the Wednesday that you're here is the day that, I'm going to be up for the bowling tournament anyway. So
that's the next trip.
This trip.
Yeah, this trip.
Oh. Well, we'll see.
Mark's like, no, screw you.
Yes. Listen, I'm 6 seconds from home from my work. Goddamn if I'm coming to Glen Burnie.
You know how long it's been since I've driven from Dulles up? I don't think I ever made the trip from... Oh, no, I did, from Dulles. All the way up to
White Marsh?
To White Marsh.
Oh, God, that'd be terrible. Every day I drive home from White Marsh, and I can't even fathom the fact that we sat in that traffic in order to get to Sean's house.
Yeah.
Like, we were very committed to the show.
We were.
I mean, Mark was driving hours to get there.
Yeah.
Through rain and snow.
On Thanksgiving Wednesdays, that was the worst. It took me like 4 hours to get to the show one time. Either I missed the show or I almost missed the show. Pretty sure I missed most of the show that time.
You got there an hour and 30 in.
We're like, all right, good night.
Yeah, good night, everybody. I'm here. Ah, shit.
We have to talk longer.
Then we realized, hey, we can run all this stuff without Sean's house. And we're like, oh, this is a lot easier.
Yeah, the show has gotten a lot easier since we've been able to commute to our basements and our rooms.
When Google Plus allows us, obviously.
Well, it hasn't stopped our broadcast this time.
Well, thank goodness for that. We're a good 20 minutes in, and they haven't stopped us yet. Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, don't stop me now.
Any playoff watching, gentlemen?
I heard the LA Kings did something fun. last week.
What does that mean?
I mean, they're on a roll. They've got like a 5-game winning streak against the Sharks.
6.
I also 6. Wow.
If you include the Sharks
Well, I
and
mean,
Ducks.
not all the Sharks, but yeah, that was awesome. A 4-game winning streak to combat their 3-game losing streak that they had before that. Great timing for it too, if I don't say so myself.
Got to tell you, these Sharks are choke artists. None, there will be no other choke artists other than the San Jose Sharks. Team just can't win. Poor guys. Feel bad
Well-
for them. Then I realized they didn't wear their teal jerseys, so the hell with them.
Oh yeah, that's their own fault then.
Enough of this black jersey alternate stuff. Screw you, taxpayer.
And Wyshynski gets to get pied in the face by a mascot.
It's just quite interesting. It's
This
game
is gonna be
4.
fun. Are they going to televise this?
I'm sure there's going to be video of it.
Well,
I'm very-
there's going to be video on Yahoo somewhere, but I want to see highlights on like the not top 10.
On NBC?
No,
Or-
I'm pretty sure the LA Kings will have their video people, and that shit will go viral.
If they were smart, they'd do it because lots of people read Puck Daddy and know who Greg Wyshynski is, and therefore
Well, he's raising
should
money for
publicly.
charity right now.
Yeah,
that's
you can-
true.
They're using this to their advantage.
Exactly. You bid and you pipe Wyshynski in the face. Really odd, and he gets a free trip to LA out of it. So I don't think anyone's
I
going.
know. What the hell?
Seems odd.
He gets to go to a Kings game, and I would get pied in the face to fly to LA for a Kings game.
You know what? I'm gonna put in a request in to have him on next week. Because honestly, this could be the biggest travel season that he's had this year in terms of working.
Yeah, he's not even in the Western Conference.
No, it's not even the Western Conference complaining that he wants to be back in the Eastern Conference. It's like Winnipeg just accepting it. What can you do? 'Cause he went to Sochi, and then Sochi alone is like God's fucking 15-hour flight.
and then all of Europe on the way back.
Yeah, I don't think he did much work there though.
That wasn't much work. No, that was a
Yeah.
road trip.
Exactly, it was Euro trip.
Euro trip.
And then now out to LA, and I'm pretty sure he's did a couple winter games. Yeah, I went to Detroit.
He probably got in some trouble on the basketball court.
Went to Toronto on for the trade deadline because he did stuff for Sportsnet.
Wow.
Dude's traveling, man.
I bet you he flies first class everywhere now.
Oh please.
Sitting next to Vanna White. Yeah, again,
Yeah.
another Nelly reference. Twice in 2 weeks.
Beautiful. I like the streak going. Nelly counter, 2 weeks in strong. So yeah, we'll put it. What we'll do is we'll get, if we can't get Wyshynski, we'll get Sean Leahy because Sean Leahy's done some traveling as well.
Yes. He doesn't get pied in the face though.
Well, by anybody else, he just doesn't know how. He's a sloppy eater.
Oh, I see.
Let's just be honest.
I see. I would put a bid on this if I got to be the mascot.
If you dressed up in the Bailey costume,
Yes. For an entire Kings game, I get to be the mascot, and I will pie Wyshynski in the face.
you know what? That should be part of the terms. You get a mascot costume of your own.
Of
So you
your
can-
own?
Of your own.
Fit in your house?
Dude, if you're bidding a lot of money, just go for it. I mean, why not? All you gotta do is sew some snuggies together and just get ahead, and you're fine.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Remember-
my Friday nights.
It's almost too bad that the Teddy Roosevelt head is gone.
Cowbell, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Teddy Roosevelt.
I still have the Rough Rider cowbell.
We can ring it now because there's no one in the house.
That's true. That is true. No one to wake up in this place.
Exactly. Keep banging on the damn furnace. Don't know what that means. So yeah,
It's hot,
nice.
banging on the
Alright.
furnace.
So the answer is no one's watched much playoffs.
Not really, no.
I did watch some of the Penguins Rangers series.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
Not bad. It's good hockey. It's fun to watch. I love how they dumped a shitload of money into Madison Square Garden and the ice is still terrible.
Yep. At least the
Uh,
lighting's better.
Yeah, you can see it now when it bounces all over the place. I did. So both of my cousins are, one is a Rangers fan and one is a Penguins fan. So I sent them both a group text message, and I said something about the playoffs and family sticking together, trying to be funny. And my Rangers fan cousin sends back a text message that just says like "haha" or something because the Rangers were up 2-0. My Penguins fan cousin sends back a text message that just says, "I'm going to burn down your house."
That sounds about right.
That's family. That's family.
I was like, wow, that is so perfect.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I realized that I really want the Canadians to win the East
Oh, yeah?
because the other three teams I find insufferable.
uh,
I really couldn't care less who wins the Penguins, Rangers. I hate them both. Really dislike the Bruins. Not for any reason, just the fans are idiots.
so that leaves you one team.
It leaves me the Canadians out of the East, and then the West. I reared it's Blackhawks, man. Aside from last night's hiccup when they lost 3-0, they're good. That's a deep team. It's a deep, deep team. And like Johnny Taves, I think Johnny Taves is the best player in hockey right now.
Yeah.
If you had one player to start an organization, I think Johnny Taves is the guy. All right,
That's
Alright.
your guy?
that's my dude,
My
boy, Johnny Taves. So there we go.
Johnny Taves.
All right.
He's done a lot for himself in his illustrious career.
2 cups, 2 gold medals. Pretty solid resume so far.
I could get on board with Johnny Taves. Trying to think of perhaps another person to start a team around right now.
Stamkos?
Perhaps maybe Stamkos.
I think Stamkos
Taves.
is good if you have a guy who can feed him the puck. If you don't have a guy who can feed him the puck, you're screwed.
I mean, are you looking for a 25 or under year old guy if you're trying to start a team right now? Is that kind of a prerequisite?
I could. It could be 25 and under. It could be 25 and older. I mean, a guy who's going to be a cornerstone for your new franchise. You have an expansion team. There's no limits. No limit soldiers. You're going to make them say, "Oh, na." And you can pick anyone in the league to start your team. This is EA NHL 15. Pick one guy to start your franchise. Who is it?
John, you go. I'm thinking.
Okay. I like building from the back.
Huh?
If I'm gonna build a team, and I think that right now, I'm gonna say that I like Corey Schneider a lot.
That's
I
an
was
interesting
going-
pick.
If I was going young goalie, I don't really. I think Varlamov is good. I think Varlamov is too
Streaky.
erratic.
Yeah.
And other young goalie, I don't know. I'm gonna go Corey Schneider. I think
I don't hate that.
with starting my. I mean, I think the Devils fleeced the
Oh, did they ever?
the Canucks in order to get Corey Schneider away last year at the draft.
I like that. You know what? That's a good pick, Johnny. I didn't even think of that all the way
Thanks.
through.
I was off the board. on
Yeah,
that
way
one.
off the board. Holy jeez.
So I was also thinking build from the back, but I was thinking more of picking like a great two-way defenseman, somebody who can anchor your entire team from the back and also score goals, somebody who you know you're not gonna to worry about defensively or offensively. I was thinking, I mean, like a Zdeno Chara like 5 years ago would have been a great answer to this question, but
What
now
about a PK Subban then for you?
the PK Subban would be a great one to pick.
Shea Weber.
Duncan Keith, Shea Weber. Shea Weber, I was thinking initially, but he might be a little old for this game.
Drew Doughty.
All these players are who I was thinking if I were
All
to
of them?
I
Wow.
would like to have every single one of these
I
players.
don't think I think that you're fielding a team of 8
Hey,
players now.
Exactly. That's kind of weird. You already have two sets of defense pairings.
Yeah,
I don't
I
understand.
have a
First
great.
of all, one hell of a start to a team, and second
Yeah.
of all, I don't know who else you're going to find to round out the $12 million that you have under the roster.
It's like an auction draft. I'll just pick up dollar players after that.
Exactly.
It'll be fun. They're gonna score all my goals. It doesn't matter.
It's true.
You know what? Just get big. I'll just fill the rest of the team out with Mike Knubles and get him to stand in front of the net.
You're gonna clone Mike Knuble?
Yeah.
I don't know how that. You know what? I don't know
A
how.
lot of Mike Knubles.
I don't know how a cloning machine is going to work into the hockey-related revenue, but we're going to have to look into that.
It's all right. I'm just gonna have to charge $12 for beers.
So
I mean-
basically, $6 lower than Verizon Center.
Yeah.
Here in DC.
Still be the cheapest beer in the area.
Did they still do that in NHL 15? I remember in one of the Madden games a while ago. You used to be able to like control parking prices and ticket prices.
Oh yeah, I
and-
know.
They still do that in NHL or Madden or no?
They do. I'm pretty sure they do.
Was that the be an owner mode?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that is the either be an owner or the GM mode.
And
it might
you
have been the
also
GM
got to like you got to control everything. You got to play the games. You got to draft. You got to control ticket prices. Ticket prices controlled like, and this was I guess it might have been before there was a salary cap in the NFL. And is there even? I don't even know if there is now a salary cap.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is now
like
because the Redskins got. It was definitely before there was a salary cap in the NFL. So like all of that. Like it depended on like how many people came to your games, how much money you made, and then how much money you got to spend on free agents the next year. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's because you had to work up and you had to increase your prestige.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. And that's a thing where fantasy. I think that was actually Madden 04 that it first started. And yeah, that's when fantasy football was a big deal, and people didn't want to. They liked that aspect of it, and hey, now we put it into a video game form and just match both worlds. So there you go. So yeah, I'm pretty sure NHL 15. Did you see the trailer for that?
I have not yet.
Well, the teaser trailer, yes, I did see.
Yeah, the teaser trailer. Which is,
That's it. Absolutely, that gave me absolutely nothing.
it just showed me that Doc Emmerich's going to be the voice of it next year.
Is that true?
That is true. It's Doc
oh
Emmerich.
my God!
Doc Emmerich.
I couldn't
Great.
imagine being part of the recording sessions when Doc Emmerich talks about
Passes.
like just passes. Yeah.
Doc, listen, can you simple it down? We're going to try to do a Blades of Steel kind of method. Just say, that's the pass.
No!
Here's my question. Is Adam McClure going to be a voice double?
Yes, absolutely.
That'd be great.
I could get it. Actually, I don't. That's what I do with NHL 15 or 14 now. Is I put it on mute and I just have Adam McClure next to me, screaming in my ear.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't remember who else. I know Ray Ferraro is in the game too. I think he's in between the boxes. I think Pierre Maguire might actually be in this game too. I shit you not. I think Doc Emmerich and Ray Ferraro are up in the booth, and they bring out Pierre Maguire to sit in between the benches to give it the realistic feel.
Oh, and I bet they actually have a 3D modeled Pierre Maguire. I hope you can hit him with the puck.
And I also hope to God that he does interviews in the middle of the game and tells us to have fun out there.
Wow.
Yeah, have fun out there. And when people get drafted, they're monsters.
Oh, that'd be even greater. Oh my goodness.
I do kind of like how far this could go.
And honestly, considering we got PS4 and Xbox One, you got yourself a endless amount of possibilities with new gen graphics. You know what this means? We have to go back to the Vancouver campus of EA Sports and have fun there.
Yes.
That was a hell of a time.
That was a good trip.
That was a great trip. That could have been one of our better trips. And you know what? We didn't even mention that during the draft show debacles.
We did not.
The fact that we actually went to EA Sports campus.
That was where I got stereotyped, though.
That's
was
true.
That was when they were handing out video games to people afterwards, and I got The Godfather. I was like, really?
Seriously, guys?
I love it though. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but you have to like kill people and throw them into ovens.
Did you ever finish that game? I thought you could never get that guy in the oven.
I can't get past the spot with the guy in the oven, so I have to. I might get back into it though. I might start from the beginning, and get things back together. I played it for a little while, like 2 weeks ago, and I was really good at beating people up.
Nice. It's like real.
Now that you've got that HD TV, all the games are going to be a different experience for you.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't played the F1 game yet. I'm looking forward to that. NASCAR is good because you normally drink and play NASCAR
Sounds about right.
at the same time. So
I
that
prefer
should be
drinking and playing Mario Kart personally, but racing is racing, right?
fun. Racing, yeah, Robin's racing definitely. I prefer the super speedways when I'm playing NASCAR though.
You just hang out there and just put the pedal to the metal.
Oh,
and
it's just a pedal to the metal. You find the right line and you're gone.
I totally agree. Normally when I'm drinking, I play 150cc.
Yeah.
None of that 50cc bullshit.
You gotta go fast when you're drinking.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Obviously. It's like breaking the law twice. It's not an extreme DUI though.
Have you ever played? This is not obviously a real game. It's a game made up by college kids, and we made it up when we were in college. It's drunk Mario Kart. It's drunk driving. Have you ever played this where you get 4 people together and you fill up a cup with beer? And you're supposed to play a full can of beer a race, which is ridiculous. That's what the kids used to do. I can't do that anymore. I'm too old for that. But you have to, the beer has to be finished before you finish the race, and you can only drink if your car is pulled over and stopped, or like if you get hit and you're like tumbling off the course, you can drink, or you can just not start, chug your beer, and then start after everybody else, or you can race the entire race, get to the finish line, and then chug your beer right before you cross the finish line, as long as you're stopped, and then cross the finish line.
That's interesting.
But it's drunk driving. If at any point you're drinking and driving at the same time, you lose.
Wow. I actually like this concept.
So
I've never played it.
I can
pretty
bring my
awful at
I have 4
chugging beers.
controllers and my 64. I can bring them anywhere we go for anything we do.
Anywhere.
Ika.
So we can drunk drive in Philly.
Let's make it so.
All right. Done and done. Sweet. All right. Well, with that, let's get to the news and the injury report.
I'm not playing the music.
That's fine.
My iPod hates me right now.
That's fine. I only got 2 injuries to report. Robin Regeer, upper body injury. He's day-to-day, but aren't we all? And Darcy Kumpler, also upper body injury after getting oopsed upside the head. So the Minnesota Wild goaltending is Ilya Bryzgalov and John Curry. So congratulations, Minnesota. You better hope Bryz
He
doesn't.
was really good when he ran for president like 2 times ago, I think, right?
Yeah, no, he was until
John
that whole
Curry.
debacle wearing a hat. And,
Yeah, I really liked him in Clue.
Yeah, no, he was good. I
you're
think
right.
I think actually Rocky Horror could have been his best work,
You think?
or even you know what, Home Alone 2.
Hmm.
Home Alone 2, where he played
was
the
good.
hotel front guy.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that he found another career after acting.
But I tell you what, he's hot and he's spicy. So there you go.
And he's wearing red and yellow.
Exactly. It's like he's like the opposite of Wiz Khalifa.
Did you say Wiz Khalifa?
Khalifa.
I heard
Not
Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa.
Khalifa, that'd be great. He was, by the way, born in North Dakota. Apparently,
Oh.
did not know that.
Did they give you a list of all the famous Dakotans? Dakotians? Dakota?
Call him Dex.
Yeah, no Dax.
Nodax?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's the official term, though?
There's no
Nodax
Dax.
is not the official term.
North Dakotans.
I think it's Dakotians.
I think it's Dakotans.
I would say Dakotians.
Okay, we'll go say Dakotans. If I give a shit.
Liverpudlians.
Yeah, exactly. Look at me giving a shit. I don't live there. I say let them call them whatever they want to. They're irrelevant to the world. Let's be honest. That state's it's interesting. It's an interesting state. There's 4 main cities. Fargo's there. It's the nicest city in the world, but they've
That's
betrayed.
better than Pennsylvania.
That's true. Hey, listen.
I mean, let's be honest. There are really 2 main cities in Pennsylvania.
You know what? I would say 3 with Hershey.
You go Hershey before Harrisburg. I love it.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Harrisburg's a bunch of shit. I don't know how it got state capital.
See? Yeah.
Punxsutawney.
That's not
Okay.
even a place.
Yeah, that's once a year. Hershey Park Hershey at least has a park.
Yeah, Hershey does have a park.
It smells like chocolate. It's great. Go on tours, see a big guy in a Hershey's Reese's peanut butter cup thing. It's great. Anyway, speaking of cups, there's no cups in Nashville, so they got rid of Barry Trotz and they hired Peter Laviolette.
Cups. I don't have cups.
I'm just letting you flounder there for a second. How's Mark
Hold on.
gonna pull this one off?
I never actually tried this before.
God, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, I got it.
Nailed it.
I hope
Nailed
we're
it.
still on the air.
Attaboy. So yeah, Peter Laviolette named the second ever head coach of the Nashville Predators because Barry Trotz was there for 55 years.
Wow.
Interesting how Laviolette's going to do something with no offense whatsoever. Who was their leading scorer last year? Exactly. I don't know. Good luck to Peter Laviolette. I'm kind of pissed off he didn't get to Washington, though. Even though this kind of scares me that Guy Boucher is actually going to be the new head coach.
Does it scare you that Guy Boucher might be that new head coach, or that the Caps are going to go completely off the board?
Oh, I think honestly, I think Guy Boucher is off the board. So
I mean, at least he's coached relatively recently in the same type of division.
that's true. I don't know. I don't know who they could be thinking of right now, and it's scary because you don't hear anything about who they're looking for GM. So
This is awesome.
it's gonna be a great time. There's Ted Leontis is gonna be him, just drafting the guy himself by him and Dick Patrick just up there hanging out.
They're going to announce who the GM and coach are literally while the Stanley Cup is being walked out by Gary Bettman.
Be great.
So no one notices until the next day.
Exactly. It's kind of like what the Flames did and hired the guy whose father owns Boston Pizza. And then Ron Francis was named GM of the Carolina Hurricanes. And trust me, he wasted no time as this week he fired Kurt Muller, Dave Lewis, and John McClain
Wow.
from their coaching position, leaving only Rod Brendamore as the coach back there.
That's because
an
you can't
assistant.
fire Rod Brendamore. He fires
No,
himself.
you can't. Exactly. He will beat the crap out of you.
I love John McClane in Die Hard.
Yeah, no.
He was good. He was
Good, but the problem is he couldn't translate that into a coaching career. So now he is out. Peace, love, peace, and hair grease. Also, Vancouver fired John Tortorella and assistant coach Mike Sullivan. John Tortorella has 4 years left on his deal with the Canucks and is owed $8 million. So
I want to
good
see.
job, Vancouver.
I want to see Tortorella and Milbury on NBC's intermission report.
Jesus, how great would that be? Oh God, that would be like you'd have to separate them like with steel cage. Yeah,
No. You just let them go at it.
Well, no, in the same steel cage.
Oh, okay then. Fine. Yes, I agree then. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
One GM that's actually taken up now, Ronnie Hextall, off the board as he's the new Philadelphia Flyers general manager. Paul Holmgren was promoted to team president, which allowed the assistant GM at the time, Ron Hextall, to move up into the GM position. Hextall was an assistant GM in Los Angeles when they won the Stanley Cup, and helped build that franchise pretty well. And he's been dealing with the Adirondack Phantoms and also some stuff in terms of contracts with the Flyers. So now he is the guy who will be facing the media when bad decisions happen, and I'm sure he will be breaking sticks over crossbars. So, good job. Way to go, Ronnie Hextall.
So do you think that this? You think this can solidify the goaltending in Philly?
0% chance that happens, unless Ron Hextall makes a comeback.
Did it work in Long Island with Gar Snow? I don't
Great
think
news,
so.
boys. As of 9:10 this morning, I have reactivated myself.
Is it too early for a Ron Hextall night? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Ron Hextall is going to be there, and well, Mark, the goaltending may have improved in New York after this week.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk with Lyle about that in a few minutes.
Oh yeah.
That was some pretty big news. But first, two retirements. Tom Pody, love, peace, and hair grease. He retired finally.
Oh.
Um,
Does that mean that the Caps have stopped paying him?
I think so.
That's good.
I think it's all over.
I mean, yeah, long-term injury. I'm sure they were still paying him. With Tortorella, would you look for a new job if you were John Tortorella? Speaking
No.
of sort of the same thing, you're getting paid for 6 years to do nothing.
Well, 4 years, but
4 years, but 5 years total.
So,
I was rounding up instead of down.
but he only nice. But he only gets paid if he only doesn't get paid if he takes another coaching job, right?
incorrect.
Can
No,
he
he's-
get paid and also get paid as like a TV analyst?
He is owed $8 million, and he is going to get that money, even if he gets another coaching gig.
Oh,
Which I'm-
really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. We'll have to ask Lyle about it. He would know more about that than we would, but I'm pretty
These
sure
contract things suck.
he has to pay out the rest of his contract. So yeah, that's the interesting part of it. And I'm pretty sure he wants to jump back into coaching so he doesn't end up like Barry Melrose. He's out of
No,
the game way too long.
if I was getting paid $8 million for doing nothing, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I would absolutely take that money and then go call NBC Sports and get in a fight with Brian Burke not Brian Burke, and with Mike Milbury every night. Like sometimes fist fights if it paid more.
That's true.
Title fight. Title fights on Tuesday. Rivalry night Wednesdays.
Then I'll get the microphone.
There you go. It all come together.
Yep.
Also, Merrick Malik retired. There was a great line that I heard. It says that he actually retired 4 years ago, but with his skating ability, he just got to his agent right now to tell him.
Oh God. Isn't Merrick Malik the guy that ended the 19-round shootout that was in New York?
Yep, with the between the legs roof job on Oli Kolzig, and also he's going to be starting a new podcast, Merrick versus Wyshynski. It's going to be
I haven't heard of that before.
Greg Wyshynski and Merrick Malik. It's a really interesting podcast. And
Tom
very
Wyshynski?
confusing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually Merrick Malik and Wyshynski Tonavainen. He's Finnish.
Yes.
It's really weird. It's a really odd situation.
He's going to be huge in Europe.
It's going to be great. The Baltics areas are just pining for it, pining for the fjords. Let me actually bring this up. Which, by the way, I want to say the hell with IIHF, because if you go to their website, it directs you right to the World Championships website, and I don't want that. I want the actual website. By the way,
during the Olympics, that was where I got my my game trackers.
there you go then. By the way, that starts this week, the World Championships in Belarus, in Minsk, Belarus.
It is actually on NBC Sports.
How about that?
Yep.
Well, yeah, because the games are like at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because Canada faces France in their first game.
Oh.
Uh-oh, breaking news. Wow. It seems that the Great Britain U20 team in the IIHF has been disqualified.
Oh.
They suited up Adam Jones, and apparently,
He dropped a fly ball in center
well,
field.
no, yeah, he actually tried to pick off a pass and it didn't work so well, and then he joined wrestling.
He hit a dinger tonight.
Pac-Man Jones.
That was packed.
No,
Following
Put
the
a bird on
tournament, it was discovered that Adam Jones had dual citizenship, Canada and Great Britain, and was entered on the team despite not being eligible according to IIHF statutes and bylaws because he didn't play long enough in Great Britain after his 12th birthday.
Hold on.
Well then.
So in hockey, there aren't the same rules that you have in like FIFA, like World Soccer.
What are the rules in World Soccer?
because a guy named Yanadaj, whoever that guy was that plays for Man U, I think now,
Yeah.
had like eight countries that he was eligible to play for their World Cup team.
Yeah,
For
but
some
he,
reason.
I mean, he picked one.
But like,
So in FIFA, you pick one team, and if you play for a senior team, or like any like massive junior events, then you have to put a like one-time transfer in, so that you can play for like another country, like if you have dual citizenship. But you can never go back. Like he would, if he played for Great Britain in this, like he would just be British for the rest of his career. Like he could never play for Team Canada.
No, yeah. Apparently, after your 12th birthday and you don't declare one way or t'other, you have to. I guess your original citizenship. It almost seems like he was born in Canada, but his parents were from Great Britain. He moved to Great Britain, and after his 12th birthday, he didn't play enough in Great Britain. Because it's really confusing. Because there's guys who get their citizenship, like Jeff Platt is a interesting topic because he's Canadian, but he's skating for the Belarusians in the World Championships this year.
What about what about all the Italians? The Italians that played in Turin? I mean, half of those guys were Canadian.
They were mostly Canadian. Jason Mazzotti's from Thunder Bay, Ontario.
So, like, how did they play in Italy long enough to play for the Italian national team?
Well, I think what happens is they push forward passports, and then they declare themselves. Hey, I guess it doesn't matter once you get to the senior ranks, but I think I guess
so this is just a junior thing.
Yeah, because it's U20, so I guess the youth thing is a big deal. All right, here we go. Here's the rule. According to IIHF bylaw 406.2, the player in the member national association registering a player for a IIHF championship, Olympic competition, or qualifications to these competitions are at all times fully responsible for players' eligibilities with disciplinary blah 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 blah. What happened? Oh wait. To apply for eligibility to represent a country, the responsible IIHF member national association needs to declare among their information all citizenships of its players when entering the team and submit an application with all related evidence to the IIHF for players with multiple citizenships. Ice Hockey UK failed to do both when entering a team in the 2014 IIHF U20 World Championship Division 1 Group B.
So that was the problem.
They just didn't file paperwork.
So that was the problem. The problem wasn't that he didn't play enough in Great Britain. It's that they didn't declare that he was also Canadian, or they didn't give the proper They didn't give the proper thing. But they're also claiming it's because he didn't play long enough after his 12th birthday. I don't know. Maybe that is the proper thing that they have to give people.
Weird.
The British are always screwing shit up.
Well, hey. Peace and hair grease to all the British people out there who like their U20 team, and now it's disqualified.
Oh well.
Steel chair. But anyway, in happier news, there are 44 teams in the Championship Hockey League.
Jesus.
It expanded from 40 to 44 for the inaugural 2014-2015 season. It includes France, Denmark, Great Britain, and Norway in the championships. Boy, howdy, there's a lot of teams. There's like 87 in Sweden alone. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on here. It's crazy. Positions earn qualification to a Champions League are national champion, regular season winner, runner-up, regular season, playoff finalist, and playoff semifinalist. Possible. Apart from the 26 founding members, 11 B licensed clubs from 6 founding leagues have qualified for the 2014-15 Champions League. To qualify for the B licensed club has to reach at least a semifinal of its National League playoffs. Wow. Do they have? Please tell me there's all 44 teams. They don't. Sons of bitches.
44 teams is more than the Champions League and the Europa League combined, I think.
I would not doubt that whatsoever. The draw will be open for Minsk 2014. Accredited media will be video streamed live. Blah 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 blah. ChampionsHockey.net. Please tell me Champions Hockey has a. Holy Jesus Christ! There's a lot of teams in here.
Wow.
Like seriously, I will put this. I'm going to put this on a screen share for you people. Here is the list of teams that they have that are just waiting to be had.
I don't even know what those are.
There's a lot of teams here.
Are there a lot of umlauts?
I don't know if there's a lot of umlauts. There is I bet you by far this could be the highest sponsored hockey league ever. I will tell you that much. So there you go. New inaugural draw, August 21st. Or wait, no, the season starts the 21st. How about that?
How about that?
Lyle, what do you think of the Champions Hockey League?
Well, I think it's a good idea. I think it's worthwhile. Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a mess. That's just me.
Hey, it doesn't hurt to try.
Exactly.
Is that 11 divisions of 4 teams each?
I think so. Or 4 divisions of 11 teams each. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet. Is that it? Is that all the teams they're gonna have?
1, 2, 3.
Well, they're the only one. They're the ones that got the automatic bids. There's still some at-large bids out there.
That's true. They got to get up to 64.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. That was only 42 teams that were out there. There's still 106 more spots. You got to worry about the play-in games too. That's going to be a little
That's
bit much.
true. Definitely on True TV, they need to fill some time.
Whoa, digging them U2 Bono specs you got there, Johnny.
See, I knew it. Yeah, I got new glasses. I decided to wear them tonight.
Here's the thing. Did you say that on the first show or the second show, Johnny? Because I'm not sure if you.
I don't remember. It might have been on the first show.
Yeah, it could have been on the first show because Google Plus hated us.
31 seconds live though is more than normal.
That's good. We could just change the title and just say it's a lefty and a lowrider song. Away we go. So we talked Champions League of Lyle. Check. Is it really a Champions League if you don't have a Canadian team in there? If you don't have like the AHL team traveling over?
Yeah, you gotta have a Canadian team in there. I think and make it a true Champions League.
Put the Allen Cup winner over there because they're former pros.
There you go. That works. Works for me.
They're probably the same age as most of the Czech Republic guys.
Yeah, anyway. And I'm sure they'd enjoy having a chip. Oh, and we're tied at 1. Tied at 1. Rangers and Penguins. Tied at 1.
Going on?
Yes.
You know who I want to win that series?
Guessing anybody that except Pittsburgh.
I'm actually going for Meteor in the ground.
Given the choice between the lesser of two evils.
I'm cheering for building implosion. Preferably in Pittsburgh because no one will notice the difference. That city's a shithole is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Seriously, you can't find a cab anywhere, and the place stinks, and there's too many bridges and rivers.
And then the place smells like pee.
It does smell like pee.
Yeah, it wasn't. You know what? Now you mentioned it, I wasn't going to say anything. It's fine, since you brought it up.
The faint scent of urine wafting gently through the evening breeze.
And the bars that we went out to that you could still smoke in.
Yeah, that was something, too. Just like, I literally went there and, like, we teleported back to 86. How about this?
How about that?
Well, to be fair, the new Hall & Oates record did just reach there, so...
I like it.
Oh, dear. No.
All right, Lau, before we get to some playoff talk, I want to talk some actual stuff that happened this week. One of which concerns our Washington Capitals, and that it concerns Euro Halak going from the Capitals to the New York Islanders for a 4th-round pick, so therefore he does not get away for nothing, even though that pick may be in general, but the odds are they weren't going to keep him anyway, so it's not a big deal. But the big question to all this, can the Islanders give Halak a deal that will entice him to stay there?
Absolutely yes, they can and will. Halak's agent's already said that his client is very open to signing with the Islanders, and I can't say I blame him. This is a chance for him to he's going to go to a team that is a young team, but they do have some promise. They do. And listen, any team that's got John Tavares on it, you've got promise. You've got hope. But they've also got to spend about $10 million to get up to the cap floor as well. So I figure they'll probably sink about $5 million of that per season into Halak over probably a 4 or 5 year deal, and there you go. They've got their starting goaltender taken care of, and it's a good deal for him because it gives him an opportunity as well to kind of get his NHL career back on track after kind of derailed a bit over the past couple of years.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it seems that the point of contention for the Islanders to excel was the goaltending, and it's really just a matter of whether or not Halak can actually keep the splendor that he had in St. Louis and Montreal alive, because who knows what's going to happen behind that defense? I guess is the big deal, especially with what's his nut gone. Michael McDonald. I thought
Michael
great.
McDonald. Minute by minute. No.
Such a long way to go.
To make it to the border of Mexico. Oh my God! It's a Michael McDonald off.
Wow.
Just don't ask me to try and. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I was gonna say, just don't ask me to try and do the chorus of "What a Fool Believes." I can't hit those high notes anymore.
That's fine.
That's true.
We'll work, what we'll do is we'll work on it, and in the summertime, that's all we'll do.
Yeah.
For an entire hour segment.
Because there's not going to be anybody listening anyway, and we got to amuse
Yes,
ourselves
nothing
during the
to talk
summer.
about,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can talk about it.
So, well, we have to know that New Kids on the Block's, had a bunch of hits, and Chinese food makes Johnny sick.
It does.
So,
Oh, well, definitely not going for Chinese food
no, I
one of
wouldn't be.
these days.
I like sushi because it's never touched a frying pan.
Hot like wasabi, like the AM rhymes. You gotta bust rhymes because you're all about value.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Anyway,
Fantastic. Good work,
thank
John.
you. Hey, at
Good
least
work.
I saw where you were going with that. Anyway,
That late 90s music block that we just did
Mm.
with LFO. And
hey, he's the guy
Fairly
wearing the
Degrees.
U2 Bono specs. Come on,
Hey, it's a beautiful day.
It's true.
don't let it get away.
And honestly, all Johnny wants is a little elevation, and that's just
Uh-huh.
a height joke right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of a cheap joke
It
there.
was.
Well, listen, I've never been. I'm a
Cheap
guy
pop.
wearing a torn hoodie and free stuff. So these things happen. I am a cheap bastard. So
Mm.
these things happen. But I tell you what's not going to be cheap is if the Florida Panthers are actually going to shop this number 1 overall pick. My question is this: we hear this every year,
Mhm.
but Dale Talon said this year they're really going to shop it. There's not a chance in hell this moves isn't. Is there a
I think
team
there's a better chance in hell than what we've seen in the last 11 years. Fun trivia fact: the last time a first overall pick was traded was 2003, and it was traded by your Florida Panthers. So I know it wasn't Dale Talon who was doing that, but anyway,
Well,
but still, no. I mean, at least he's come right out and said, yes, we seriously are shopping the pick. Every year we've always heard, well, GMs say, well, if I get the right offer, I would listen, but yeah, I mean, he's actively saying, will it move? Again, we don't know. I really don't think there's a suitable offer out there that that's going to entice a team to want to make that move unless you're willing to throw some other parts into the deal. I don't think on its own it's going to be good enough unless you're talking swap first for third, in which case people are just going, that's not exciting. But if you said, say, first round plus you were willing to throw maybe a Dmitry Kulikov into the deal, if Gary Bettman comes up and says we have a trade to announce, the Florida Panthers have traded the first overall pick and Dmitry Kulikov, all of a sudden people are going to go, so.
To the Philadelphia Flyers. What? How do they have cap space?
What? Ron Hextall, what are you doing? Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Florida making moves kind of Rocco Grimaldi as well today from the UND. So he gives up the last 2 years of eligibility. It's going to be a Florida Panther next year. So good for Rocco Jesus boy.
Yeah. Yes.
That's going to be an interesting. So just the social dynamic that he's going to.
Well, but I mean, it's not like it. There haven't been Christians playing in other other teams and things like that. And it's gotten along fine, and some of them, I'm sure as long as he's not trying to, do conversions,
Well,
in training camp, it'll be good.
Was a little bit of ground control or kind of costing control this past year, I think it was, because he made quite the comment about it was 2011 when he requested that that women cover up for God. He says on Twitter, ladies, you're up first, guys, you're later on this evening, blah blah blah. Ladies, you can't help us, guys. You can help us out Help us guys out big time. Put your boobs away and everything else that is hanging out. Guys have a hard enough time with temptation without you helping it along. When did becoming a beautiful girl? When did being a beautiful girl become dressing with the least amount of clothes on? When did what you wear become competition? Before you dress, ask, does this outfit honor God? Does this honor my body? Does it help serve love my brothers? If it's no to any of those questions, then you shouldn't wear that outfit. Hashtag think before you dress.
And and we will now turn to hymn number 47. Jesus had the measles, Jesus had the flu, Jesus had a cold sore, he was just like you. Look, okay. Well, I'm sure that listen, he's entitled to his beliefs and opinion, of course. Wow. Okay.
This was September 2011.
Maybe he's grown a little bit in the last 3 years. We can only hope. But anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, but hey, listen, not knocking his faith or nothing like that, but and all that. I don't think it'll be as long as he's a good player and doesn't try and force his beliefs on anybody. There's not going to be any issues there. So
I just find Miami being a hilarious place for him to be.
Well, yes, I will agree with you there. His eyes will burn out of their sockets, because there's going to be a lot of boobs there. Can't help
yeah,
but
there are.
lots and lots and lots, So you'll sit there and go, wow, I think there's 87 boobs there, But anyway.
Was it the one chick from Total Recall?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There we go. Good, you came with me on that one. I was wanting to see. I threw that out there to see who's paying attention. So.
Yeah, I was going to go with that or Christina Applegate because I think she only has one.
Oh. See, I wasn't thinking that at all. But anyway.
Well, I go the unfunny route. I'll go the morbid route, Lyle.
Which then makes it funny. So.
Exactly.
Because there's the awkward and the thing and the yeah.
Hey, David Spade has a new stand-up coming out.
What?
Speaking of unfunny.
Yeah. Is it called, hey, remember I was on Just Shoot Me and I was the guy who replaced John Ritter?
To quote his own line from Saturday Night Live way back when he was dissing Eddie Murphy, oh, look, a shooting star. Not so funny now, is it, David Spade?
Oh.
But it was funny when he said it about Eddie Murphy at the time.
Well, listen,
I'll go along with that.
These things happen.
There you go.
Time changes everything.
It certainly does. It certainly does.
And times are a-changing in the coaching front offices, I'll tell you that much. Ronnie Hextall, the new GM, as you alluded to. Peter Laviolette, new Nashville coach. Carolina, Vancouver, firing the whole ball out of people. Where do you want to begin with here, Lyle?
Oh, boy. Well, we can start off with Ron Hextall.
Something I think you called last week, saying that Holmgren would be bumped up to president.
Yeah, well, it just follows that time-honored trend that that really started with Bobby Clark, I guess you could say, when they bumped him up to to president and brought in Holmgren, and now I guess Bobby Clark, gets bumped somewhere else, further up the food chain, but anyway, but it wasn't a surprise. You could see that was the direction they were going in when they brought in Hextall last year. That was sort of, okay, Paul, get it right this time or else, and I think that's a pretty good move, but it's going to be interesting to see how well Hextall does now that he's got the big boy pants on, because he's not going to have a lot of cap space to work with there. They do need to get another quality defenseman, top four defenseman there. They could use another reliable scoring winger, but again, as I said, don't have a lot of cap space, and the players that you're going to want to try and dangle for trade bait, guys like Braden Shen, maybe Matt Reed, might get some interest, but we all know the player that they want, and that's Sean Couturier or Wayne Simmons, and we both know those guys aren't going anywhere, so be interesting to see how Hextall makes out, but I think at the end of the day, Holmgren's legacy was, hey, he took a Flyers team that, as you recall, soon after the lockout, basically was just crashed and burned, and he rebuilt it rather quickly into a cup contender. But then he took some orders from, Ed Snyder, which weren't exactly the wisest, and things kind of got a little crazy. But Overall, though, I don't think he did a bad job. I think he certainly Holmgren was certainly the most skilled when it came to making do with limited cap space and pulling off deals that totally surprised the hell out of people. Though I will say this, though, the return that they got, that he did get ultimately for Jeff Carter and for Mike Richards, I think you could say in the long run, I think you're going to benefit the Flyers a lot better than if they'd kept Richards and Carter. I mean, Voracek and Simmons alone, just wow. And of course Sean Couturier, that kid's going to be a Selke nominee, I think, in the next 2 to 3 years. He's that damn good. So he didn't get them to a Stanley Cup, but I think he's got them set up in pretty good shape to do so. Now if Ron Hextall can just avoid Ed Snyder saying, damn it, get us this player, and then you don't go out and waste a whole bunch of money on a space cadet for a goalie. But there you go.
Do they have any amnesty left? I can't remember.
No, all gone. All went bye-bye. Yeah,
Done.
and they still got Chris Pronger on the books, but of course he goes on long-term injury reserve every year. So
When does that deal run out? It's got to be.
I think it's got another year or two left to go, and not too many left. But yeah.
You look at that and you realize, oh, that's why Paul Holmgren's being put in the attic.
Well, at the time, it was a terrific deal. I mean, God,
Sure.
within a year of getting Pronger, they go to the Stanley Cup final. I mean, if he hadn't gotten injured, they wouldn't be having this whole, what are we going to do with our defense issue?
That's true, but at the same time, I think to myself, when that happened, I was questioning why they gave him a 35-plus contract and the money they gave him. I think that was the big point of contention. Not so much that he couldn't provide. It's that well, if something horrific were to happen, what's going to happen with that contract? And lo and behold, something horrific were to happen.
Yeah, that was the one. That was one of the few real cock-ups that he did on his own. He didn't quite understand when the whole plus 35 thing kicked in, because when they traded for him and then signed him soon afterwards, they thought that the contract kicked in on the at the start of the season. Turned out, no, it's when you turn 35. See ya. So anyway.
I don't know. But hey, that's just all legal loopholing. That's all looking at the CBA. That whole big thing.
And we don't want to go back into that, so.
Nah, so here we are. We also mentioned last week Johnny Torts. Peace out. See you later.
No surprise there.
Now, there's a lot of teams looking for a GM and a coach now.
Well, there's a damn good one out there right now. In fact, he's on Hockey Night in Canada's hot stove panel right now, and Barry Trotz, who close up definitely you can see semblance of a neck when you see him in close-ups. You can actually.
I think it's just the HD television.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, though, I'm surprised this guy hasn't been hired yet. Like, what are you waiting for, people? Hello, there's several teams there that can use this guy. What are you waiting on? Well, we want to check through and everything. And it's like, hire this guy now. What is your issue? Hire this guy now. Vancouver could use him. Who else needs a coach right now? Oh, Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, why do okay, I understand why Brendan Shanahan's taking a bit of time. He just got into the job not that long ago. But, if you sit and wait too long, a really good coach like Barry Trotz is going to be gone. So, we all know Randy Carlisle's going to be fired. Get it over with and grab yourself a new coach. Perfectly good one, sitting there earning his keep on the hot stove panel right now.
At this point, I would like the Caps to announce Paul Fenton as their new GM and Barry Trotz as their new coach.
That'd be odd. Oh, very quickly for you Caps fans, what do you think of the possibility of Wayne Gretzky becoming your new team president?
Yeah.
I mean, this would have been way more awesome like 8 years ago before he floundered as a coach.
Does he have to show up to games?
I think it's kind of expected.
Okay.
Means he's gonna be moving to the DC area. I don't know if I like that. Not enough sun.
But if he brings his daughter with her, I'm all in.
Nah, he's not.
That ain't gonna happen. She's engaged to be married to a golfer. So
exactly, Dustin Johnson, luckiest man alive, I like to call him. But yeah, no, I don't.
How do you like being married to tramps? Sure.
Well,
luckiest man
I never
alive.
said anything about marriage.
No,
Luckiest man alive. No, he's talking about, luckiest man alive being engaged. Oh, if you like being engaged to tramps, yeah. No.
Lyle, I've been engaged to worse.
Ooh.
But no.
Well, hey, listen. I was once married to worse, so
Well, there you go. So was I.
there we go. Something else we share.
But is he going to be the team president or the P-Hop?
I heard team president was
Okay.
what the discussion was.
Because if he's making any hockey operations decisions, no, not at all. I don't like that one bit.
Yeah, and I can understand that. That's why I mean, on the one hand, I understand what that Gretzky wants to get back into into the NHL in some capacity and all of that, and obviously he doesn't want to be just a PR guy, just a glad hander or whatever. But by the same token, it's like what Mark said. If this decision was being made 8 years ago, before that whole debacle in Phoenix, you could turn around and go, yeah, sure, sounds great. But now it's just sort of like, ooh, I don't know. Is he going to kind of bring in, all friends of Wayne and all of that good stuff? Where are we
First
going
order
with
of
this?
business, Adam Oates is backing coach.
No,
God damn it, Wayne.
much worse. We'd like to announce our new coach, Rick Tocchet, everybody. Rick Tocchet.
Yes.
And your new general manager, Mark Messier.
Marty McSorley.
No, Mark Messier. No, remember, Mess wants a GM job bad. So yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. He could be getting Pro Stars back together.
Ooh, I'd take Bo Jackson in a heartbeat.
I would prefer Bo Jackson. Yeah, if he's not making hockey decisions, then that's great. If he is, then I'm very, very reserved about that.
Yeah. Well,
but I would like to hear noise that they're actually interviewing people for GM first as well.
Mhm.
I think that's pretty damn important right now at this point.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard one lick out of them. I've heard Vancouver's just Trevor Linden is trying to settle in and sell some fitness centers, and then he's going to get on it.
Well, actually, I gotta say, I just thought it was hilarious that Tony Gallagher of the Vancouver Province there early last week, was ragging out on Trevor Linden and is like, he hasn't made any decisions yet. I mean, the guy hadn't even been on the job 3 weeks yet, and it was like, he hasn't made any decisions yet. And then not even 2 days later, boom, Tortorella is fired. And then we learn that he's already been in touch with an LA Kings executive regarding the vacant GM job. So who would have thought? A team president not letting the media giving the media daily updates as to what his plans are.
Well,
Like,
it seems that Vancouver's gotten really uppity when it comes to getting their coverage of hockey. I don't know what it is. They've seen a little bit, I guess, a little brother syndrome in terms of trying to get all the attention away from Toronto, and I don't know. It just seems they seem a little needy, Lyle. Maybe it's me.
Well, I think
A little needy.
lack of playoffs for the first time in 7 years will do that to you, I guess.
Yeah, but let's be honest. They weren't really in the playoffs the last 2 seasons. They were just kind of
They're kind of a ghost ship, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Exactly. Go shit indeed. What
Yep.
you said.
Ship. Ha. Ha. Ha.
But
You don't want to step in go shit. I know that.
that'd be weird.
Yeah.
It's like, would that be like cobwebs? Like it doesn't look like there's anything on there, but it feels like it's something on there.
Okay, memo to me, never say words that sound close to expletives, i.e. ghost ship can be referred as goat shit. Got it. Okay. Memo to me.
Well, I mean, at least we don't have any goat lenders on the show.
Yeah.
Very true.
That was
Very
awesome. I read that as soon as I got into the car to drive home from work, and I laughed about it the entire ride home.
It's funny. I just accidentally just flipped the L and the T when I was working on my hockey news call, and just burst out laughing when I read it and realized it.
You
I
know,
was like,
back
goat
in-
lender.
Back in the day when I did the bloggings, the one that I ran into was always putting the Anaheim Ducks as the Anaheim Fucks. Just because
Really?
the D and the F are so close together on the keyboards.
And
It is true. I never noticed that before.
you could be flying along and all of a sudden just, if you jam, because every now and again you jam 2 keys or something like that as you get going along. Oh shit!
Or you get thrown off for a second because you had to reach over for like a squiggly line or something, and then next thing you know, it's the Anaheim Fucks. Right? That's left. Or
Yep, happens every time.
Not too far from the truth.
Oh, that's gonna be like an earworm now. And tomorrow I'm gonna be writing something on the Anaheim Ducks, and it's just gonna be anyway. La la la.
La la la. Well, depending on what they do tonight, a lot of people are going to be screaming about that.
Oh boy, yeah. They
Who's
fall
Boucher?
behind 3-zip. Yeah, they could be.
Yeah, Boudreaux's
Ducked.
a great coach for those fucks.
Yeah, Jesus.
Wow.
He is. I really don't know what to make of this Anaheim team. I really they look so
Mm-hmm.
so good at home, and then on the road they struggle, and now at home they look like dog shit. And now who's to say what's going to happen in LA? But
Yeah.
if nothing else, this could be one of the closest series in terms of drive time that we've ever seen in our lifetime. So that's kind of good. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
The Freeway Series. Yeah.
Exactly. Everyone can stay home. No use for hotel. Cuts back on costs. It's good.
Mhm.
Good business.
Oh yeah.
So let's start with that series right now. Like the Kings are on a 6-game win streak. They finally seem like they're rolling. They finally seem like the team that everyone was afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any stopping this team right now? Because it's funny because they're actually doing it with offense. It's not their vaunted defense. It's usually the case with them. It's actually they're scoring goals. I think they're one of the highest goal scoring average in the playoffs right now.
Second highest right now, I believe, and a lot of that is surprise, due to Marian Gaborik. Gabby had something like 16 points in 19 games, regular season games, when he came over and joined them at the trade deadline. They put him with Kopitar, and they've just, I mean, the chemistry between those two is just incredible. And I mean, you look at him, Gaborik's got 6 goals, 9 points in as many games, and it's that's done a lot, turn things around. But by the same token, though, I mean, Jonathan Quick has really turned his game around. Those first 3 games, you think back to that Sharks series, those first 3 games, he was horrible, absolutely horrible. But ever since Game 4 in that series, it's like the switch was flipped, and he's back playing like like a Conn Smythe contender again. But you're right though about the offense; they really turned it around that way.
And their goal scoring is a bit skewed. I mean, playoff hockey, you're used to 2-3 being like a high scoring game. They won a game like, what was it, 8-2 or something?
7-2, yeah.
7-2. So. Yeah. It is a little bit skewed, but I mean, an average over 9 games, an extra 5 goals isn't going to do too much.
Yeah,
but still.
But But I mean, overall, I mean, and Sutter just scored shorthanded for your Penguins. So, but it's been their offense. Like I said, they were, I think, the 5th lowest scoring team in the league this season, in the regular season, and that included with Gaborik coming over, though those numbers were starting to kind of to pick up by then, but even so, that's still an impressive number when you consider how quickly they've turned it around.
It's a hell of a dynamic thing, and Daryl Sutter, I think he just probably threw his hands up. I don't care anymore. Just go, whatever. I gotta worry about the farm. People farm.
We'll get this done. I'll go back to Alberta and work on my fences, and I'll do that. My God, how can, jeez. For a guy that's a coach, how does he inspire people when you talk in a monotone all the time?
And he's the lively one out of the family. Just the weird part about it.
Yeah, he's the I'm the live wire. Yeah, fun at parties.
Talking about lively though, let's go the other coast. Montreal, Boston.
Oh
That's
boy,
a series. Holy!
Ooh.
After that game too, I thought the Canadians were just Stu Gotts. They were just folding it up, folding it in, but covered there in Game 3, and they're looking pretty fancy right now. I mean, now my question is, do you think Carey Price has played his best hockey yet? I mean, he almost seems like he could be a little bit better in some of these games.
Well, I don't see how much better he can be.
I think he can be a whole lot better, Lyle. Across the board.
Yeah, I mean, Game 1, let's face it, I mean, he just stole that one. Game 2, a couple of those goals, there really wasn't anything to do about them. They were weird deflections and things like that. And let's face it, I mean, if he couldn't see it, I mean, he couldn't stop it. And there was, the Bruins succeeded in that game in getting a lot more traffic in front of Price, especially in the third period. But then, I think last night's game, apart from there was, I think, 2 or 3 moments overall, I think was the Habs' best game as a team. They were out skating the Bruins. They were out hitting them, which really surprised me. They took away the physical advantage. And PK Subban, good God. I mean, I have not seen a defenseman just totally take over a series as Subban has since, honest to God, since Bobby Orr. And I'm old enough to remember Bobby Orr in his prime. I mean, just, and the Bruins have no answer for him. They really don't. I mean, he's had 3 straight multiple point games, and they're trying everything they can, but they have trouble containing his speed. They try and take it to him physically. He comes back with physical play, though. He's got to be careful not to wipe out his own players when he's throwing that big bumblebee hit. But even so, I mean, he is really making a statement in this series. And it's like I said last night on Twitter, go ahead, Subban haters, rag him some more. He absorbs your hate and turns it into hockey magic.
Yeah, he's been playing a hell of a series, and I think the best is yet to come because he's fueled, man. He's on a mission right now.
Absolutely.
He's on a mission.
Listen, I picked the Bruins to win. I still think the Bruins can win this just because of their depth, but from what Montreal showed me last night, I mean, because you look at the first 2 games, and it was all Boston. It really was. I mean, the better team lost in Game 1, and they just poured the pressure on in Game 2, and they won it. You could see the dynamic in Game 2 shift. You could really see it because it was like they just hit that extra level and went. But that was a complete game by Montreal last night, and if they put another one out, if they have another one like that tomorrow night, the Bruins are going to be in a hole, and they're going to be in trouble.
And also, just for a note, the Montreal Canadiens have won every series that Dale Weiss has scored in. So that they're 1-0.
And interesting note as well, every home game that Jeanette Renault has sung the national anthem in Montreal, the Habs have won in this year's playoffs. So she is the Canadiens' version of Kate Smith.
Interesting.
Yes.
So she was singing "God Bless America." It seems really weird for me to do.
Yeah, I know. We all thought it was
really
a
strange.
little. We were a little quizzical about it here too, but
interesting.
Right,
Especially
don't knock it because of the cup.
That's true.
Exactly, because it's the cup.
Shifting to the series we're watching right now, Penguins and Rangers. I think the Rangers are just worn out. They have nothing left in that tank.
I gotta agree with you, and I mean, and listen, I think Alain Vigneault was right to complain about the schedule that the Rangers have had. It has been, to be honest, quite fucked.
They
I think it's the best way to
games
put
in
it.
5 days, Lyle. It's absurd.
8 games in 5 days. Yeah, but
That day-night doubleheader is a new thing.
yeah. Those back-to-back doubleheaders are that what they call in Boston a real piss cutter. But but honestly, I think he's right though. His team really hasn't had much time to rest him. I mean, they went through one hell of a series, the Rangers against the Flyers. And then, very quickly had to jump right into the Penguins series. And I think they were kind of running on fumes in Game 1. And then just, with the way that the schedule has been now, it's definitely been more to the Penguins' advantage. The big thing, though, is I still can't get over the fact of how the Rangers' offense is really dried up, though. I mean, the players are tired and things like that. I get that. But you look at a guy like Rick Nash. Going back to last year's playoffs, he's played 22 playoff games as a Ranger, has 1 playoff goal. Now, last year, you could chalk it up to him being injured. He was playing through an injury last year. But apparently he's unhurt in this year's playoffs, so what the hell?
I don't know, but Rick Nash has always been a guy who, streaky, I think, is another part. Of course, most of that is injury, so I think we can't chalk too much. I don't know what's going on. I mean, do you think Marty St. Louis would have played more of a role in these games? You would think Brad Richards would kick it into another gear. You would think,
well, they did in the Flyers series, definitely. But in this one, yeah.
Again, like 84 games in a two-hour span, not good.
But I do think, though, you're right. I think that they're running out of gas right now. They need to give a couple of days and more than a couple of days rest, I think, in between games to kind of get themselves back.
Yeah, and then Henrik Lundqvist playing up to the Dan Marino of the NHL moniker that I gave him, maybe unceremoniously, but happened. I mean, who did Dan Marino have around him? Clayton, Mark Clayton. That was it. That's all he
Yeah.
had.
Yep.
Reggie Roby was punting, and that was about it. So I mean, Lundqvist really doesn't have much around him, and now maybe he can be an Ace Ventura 3. Who's to say?
Exactly. Laces out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just don't worry about me. I'm just rambling on here, Lyle, before I can find a segue into the Blackhawks and Wild, going from Wild Series to the Wild
To the Wild Series, which
and I don't like when people say when a team is down 0-2 and then they win a game and say this is a series. That's a pet peeve of mine because it's not. Because if you lose another game, you're down 3-1, and then
then it's
game,
no longer a series. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
I agree with you on that. I mean, listen, while winning that game, obviously it helps. I mean, let's face it.
Oh,
consider the alternative. But yeah, no, it's not a series yet. It was a very strong statement game on the Wild's part, and it also continues their weird trend. I mean that. On the road, they're a horrible road team. They've only won one game on the road. Now, granted, it was a crucial one, that Game 7 against the Avalanche in overtime. But that is the only one game that they have won on the road. But they're perfect at home. They have not lost at home yet. And so if this trend continues, we can assume that Game 4 will be a Wild victory. But, you're talking about the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Hawks seemed a little flat to me there last night watching that game. I have a feeling we're going to see them kind of ramp it up a little bit more in Game 4 because I don't know, maybe they were under the impression that being up 2-0 or something like that maybe the Wild would lose a little bit of added motivation. I guess you forgot you were going to the State of Hockey where they set a franchise record last night for attendance, 19,749 at that game cheering on their Wild. So,
good job, Wild fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to say this: Ilya Bryzgalov's bound to blow up too. So I think we've got that going for us on our side too.
You don't know what you're going to get from him any given game. That's the thing. I mean, he played very well last night. It's not like he had a lot of work, but because it really was a tight checking game on both sides. But he was good when he had to be. And he'll have games. He'll come in there and he'll be fine. And then the very next game, as you said, it just give up humongous big goal and
just downhill.
Yeah, but listen, I give the Wild credit that they've been able to do as well as they have with 500 goaltenders this year. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, they're resilient. I'll tell you that much.
Yes, absolutely.
And we still haven't seen the best out of Zach Parise yet. So.
Yep.
I mean, that's a lot.
And Michael Granlund is really making a name for himself now. We're starting to see now what all the fuss was about when they selected him high in the draft a couple of years ago. He is really coming into his own this year, but especially in the playoffs. He's come through with some big goals for them. And, they got themselves a pretty good team going on there. I think it'll be even better next year when they got Thomas Vanek in their lineup. Oh, did I say that out loud? That's supposed to be a secret. Yeah.
I've been saying that since February, Lyle, so I don't think it's...
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They've been saying that since last summer.
Last February 2012. Eric Holla also should get some respect as well.
Absolutely. Holla if you hear him, yeah.
He's got your hookup. But yeah, those guys have been playing very well, so good for Minnesota. And hopefully maybe not keep on trucking because I like the Blackhawks. For some reason, I like the Blackhawks a whole heck of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll go on from there, and that's the playoffs. That is all the playoff chatter that we have. Derper. Peter Laviolette in Nashville. What can we expect?
I think you made the point earlier in the show. It's like, what are you going to do with no offense?
Exactly.
I mean,
that's the funny thing about it.
You got goaltending, you've got the defense, but okay, it's time for management to get off their horse there and bring him in some goal scorers. In order for his system to work, he needs some guys that can put the puck in the net, and they don't have very many of them in Nashville right now. So, if they don't work on that, it'll be very interesting to see how things pan out. But they are.
I actually should check up who the heck their leading scorer was this year.
Patrick Hornquist.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeesh is right.
Yes, a guy who at best on a really good team would be on playing maybe on their second line.
Actually, Lyle, you are incorrect, sir.
Oh, I thought it was Hornquist.
Shea Weber.
No. We're talking forwards here, kiddo.
Oh.
Not frigging defensemen.
Well, I said who their leading scorer was. That's even worse.
He scored more than the forwards.
Yes.
Craig Smith, their leading goal scorer at 24.
Goal scorer. Yeah.
Generic name. And he was
Craig.
plus 16.
Craig Smith, generic name. Your name here.
Custom player 1.
Exactly. He's default player.
Default. It's like, okay, Craig Smith. Okay, what's your real name? Okay, Craig Yablonsky. There you go. There's no need to be ashamed of that, son. Yeah.
How the hell was he a plus 16 on that team? Holy Jesus.
Just goes to show how skewed plus minus can be.
I can break down how plus minus works.
No, I understand. I know. I get. Well, go ahead, Johnny.
I'm just kidding. I don't even know.
All you need to know is it's a meaningless stat.
I'm just looking up and down. Craig Smith plus 16. Shea Weber leading point getter was a -2.
What was his Corsi number, Scotty?
His Corsi number was piss on it.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I barely passed Algebra 2. I can't do goddamn Corsi if I like dependent, which is why I hate it. You know why? Because it's something I don't understand. So if it's something I don't understand...
It's a shot differential. That's all.
Is it? You're a shot differential.
Wow. Angry.
Take that.
Good thing I didn't mention Eric Francis. Oh, shit.
He was at a stupid radio conference in Toronto. And, for some reason, oddly enough, Calgary radio went on. I mean, granted, sure, those Lady Gaga tickets have to be held off for someone else, but, I mean, Calgary radio somehow managed without Eric Francis in town. Or his jobber buddy, Matt, whatever his name is. Matt just stealing money from Rogers is his last name. I think it's native. I'm not really sure. Oh God! I really hope the CFL goes on strike or a lockout or something, so he does nothing to talk about this summer, and I don't have to worry about him.
Is that a thing? Is the CFL maybe going on strike?
Yeah, the CFL doesn't have a CBA right now.
Oh jeez.
And their CBA expires a month before I think the day training camp starts or a day before training camp starts. And I haven't heard anything of them talking.
Oh boy.
So the summer for Canadian sport fan could just be the Blue Jays. So
oh God.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy June because there's going to be nothing July, August, and September.
Oh man.
Until training camp starts.
I saw a perfect thing that says I don't often drink, but when I do, it's because of the Jays bullpen.
Man, they're terrible bullpen.
Oh my God, they're horrible. Jays starters must be furious. I mean, Jesus, their bullpen's blown so many saves. It's not funny.
Why do you think they got R.A. Dickey? He throws a knuckleball. His arm's good until he's 74. So it doesn't matter if he's pitching 6 innings or 12. He's going to be fine. The problem is there's not 85 R.A. Dickeys who are going to give up a long ball every 6 at bats.
Jays just can't seem to get it right. They just can't.
Here's my thing. The 4 of us could pitch middle relief and steal money from the Rogers Corporation.
And that's saying something because I blew up my arm 10 years ago, so...
My fastball tops out at least 60.
I'm throwing a palm ball. That's how I'm going. I'm going like old school Charlie Huff style, just throwing the palm ball.
I've been sitting here going, I'm throwing every piece of junk I can think of at him, Skipper.
Exactly.
I got one more left for one more hitter.
I'm putting
the jalapeno in my nose.
Exactly, jalapeno in your nose, get it running like a song.
Yeah.
Vaseline up on the hairline, underneath the ball cap, behind the ears. And
hey, bartender, Joe Boo's empty.
Fuck you, Joe Boo.
You're going to leave this out here with a bunch of alcoholics in this locker room?
Nice catch, Hayes. Don't ever fucking do it again. That's still the greatest line. For me, that's still the greatest line.
But you didn't like shit.
Oh, man.
God, I love that movie.
That's my. I mean, I know being a hockey fan, I'm supposed to love Slapshot, and Slapshot was a really good movie. But for me, my all-time favorite sports movie is still Major League.
Oh, that's a good question. All-time favorite sports movie.
Yeah, Major League.
I'll give you that.
I liked Rocky, the original Rocky, before Stallone turned it into a caricature and a joke. But for drama. But I like Major League. I know it's it's a comedy, and yes, I know that blah blah blah, the baseball stuff and tuggy heartstrings and all this stuff. But still, it was a damn good movie, and yeah, that's my favorite sports movie. I like it. I like it more than Chariots of Fire, which I thought was a really good movie. I was never a big. I don't consider Field of Dreams a sports movie. I just don't.
No, I don't think so.
What about Raging Bull?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Raging Bull. Raging Bull, much more of a real like a drama. I know it's a sports movie, but just a lot more of it. I just enjoy the acting in it and the story much more so than the actual thing that's a sports movie. So, yeah, but I don't know. I just Raging Bull Raging Bull at the end of it. It's not like you don't leave the theater with a good. You know what I mean? Like a good feeling. Yeah, you'll either go, oh,
Yeah.
wow, Jake LaMotta really was an asshole. And Robert De Niro is a great actor.
Tell me if I'm being a little bit, I don't know.
Country, a little bit rock and roll. I don't know.
Youngblood, overrated or not?
Oh, way overrated. Stupidly
I'm
overrated.
really crazy on that.
Who's the lead in that one again?
Rob Lowe.
Need I say more?
Rob Lowe, and it's the guy who was dancing, and it was a ghost.
Kevin Bacon? Oh,
No, Patrick Swayze.
There it is.
I'm willing to forgive Patrick Swayze for Youngblood. That's as far as I go, but that's the only break I give anybody associated to that movie.
Did you mention Keanu?
Yeah, Keanu was the goalie in that movie.
Yeah, okay.
Youngblood, the French-Canadian goalie.
I never really liked Youngblood either.
No.
No, I thought it was very overrated.
It's no
very
Vision-
overrated.
it's no Vision
As
Blood.
I said, it starred Rob Lowe. Need I say more?
All right, is there only a couple hockey movies? Slapshot, Mighty Ducks trilogy, Youngblood, Miracle.
Miracle. Listen, I liked the dramatic aspect of Miracle. I did like that part.
I'll watch the
Alaska.
HBO. I'll watch the HBO documentary. Mystery Alaska, very underrated movie.
Mystery. It is underrated. It's incredibly far fetched, and
Sure,
but I will give you that it is underrated.
No,
It is.
you know what? That is far fetched. Mighty Ducks 2 had Trinidad and Tobago as a hockey team. So
Listen, I'm only willing to go so far as the original Mighty Ducks, just because of the fact I understand the effect it had on the kids at the time, of which my son was one. But for me, it was just like,
Wait, how did you turn into Gilbert Godfrey?
I know.
I'm not understanding.
I know. That's my old Jewish man voice.
Okay.
Not very
All right,
good, I know. But anyway,
So, all right, let's go down the sports spectrum. So,
Okay.
Favorite hockey movie,
Slapshot.
Mark?
Miracle.
Ooh, interesting pick, Johnny.
Mystery Alaska.
I got to go with Slapshot, tried and true. Not that Mystery Alaska, a close second though. I did like that movie. All right, baseball movie, Lyle. You're going Major League, yes?
Yes, indeed.
All right, Mark.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Baseball.
Baseball movie?
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Which one
I
was
was part
Rookie
of the
of the
Mighty
Year?
Ducks. I was part of that group
Rookie-
growing
rookie-
up.
Henry
crap.
Rowengartner.
Oh, listen. What was the one?
Little
God.
Big League.
Yeah,
Little
Little
Big
Big League. Was
Angels in the outfield.
Angels
Yeah.
in the outfield.
No, what was the one? The guy was a high school teacher. Rediscovers his fastball.
The Rookie.
Was that what it was called?
Was it The Scout?
No, it's called The Rookie.
Yeah.
Was Costner the pitcher in it?
No.
It was
Brendan Fraser?
No,
No,
that was Summer Ball or whatever.
No. This
That
was
was
an actual drama. It was actually, and it
No,
was.
it was called The Rookie. It was the one after the Tampa Bay Rays pitcher that
Yeah.
did the same thing.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
based on the story. I like that one. That one wasn't
So
bad.
I will give credit to the scout. Very good point on that one, Mark.
Thank you.
Uh,
27
what about
strikeout,
Moneyball?
perfect game.
What, Johnny?
What about Moneyball?
That's all right.
Yeah, it was all right. I liked the book better than I liked the movie.
Johnny, you're all
That's why I
time.
don't read books.
Can we just focus for a second that Brendan Fraser had a 27 strikeout perfect game?
After they got him down
of
to
a
the
legitimate movie that played in movie theaters.
that's Yeah, and
Was
and
that the one where
Yankee
he
Stadium.
made the? Was that the one where he made the deal with the devil?
No, that was another.
no,
That was like Enchanted or Bedazzled.
Bedazzled. Yeah, that was a remake of British film Bedazzled, and it actually wasn't too bad.
It's only because Elizabeth Hurley was really hot then.
That's true.
Yeah, but that was back when Brendan Fraser was still good.
Right, Encino Man, The Mummy. We get it.
Yep.
Johnny, your favorite baseball movie?
Favorite baseball movie. I don't know.
Pride of the Yankees. That's going way back. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Now that you say stuff like that, I think my favorite baseball movie, the one that I enjoy the most, might be 8 Man Out.
Oh,
that
I
is
thought you were
a
gonna
great
say A
movie.
League of Their Own.
No, very good.
That's a great movie.
That's a very good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like that one a lot.
Yeah.
One of
League of Their
John
Own
Cusack's
count as a
best-
baseball movie.
What?
Does A League of Their Own count
Absolutely
as a baseball
does.
movie?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
You're gonna lose.
Of course it does. That one's among my favorites. Yeah, but 8 Man Out. Yeah, excellent
That's
point
a
there,
great
Johnny.
one.
Yeah, that's an underrated classic, I think.
Super underrated.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Surprised Bull Durham was not brought into this discussion.
I never liked Bull Durham.
Well, we actually, no one picked Mighty Ducks either for the hockey. So
I was going to, and then I went with Miracle.
Well, that's because I shamed you guys. So
Actually, I was gonna say Mighty Ducks 2 because I think Mighty Ducks 2 is better than Mighty Ducks 1.
yeah, I would have to agree. But yeah, Little Big League is another fun movie.
I liked Little Big League a lot too.
what about what was that one? The Sandlot movie.
Sandlot was a
Sandlot.
good one.
80s. Yeah. Yeah.
Summer Catch with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Matthew Lillard. That was a good movie.
You didn't even mention Jessica Biel.
Well, listen.
Is there any
Very-
football movies while we're on?
Trust me, we're going football and basketball.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
you
we
know
need
what?
to go.
Hold on. Can I make a revision to my hockey one?
Sure.
Okay.
Most valuable primate.
I saw that coming from
Damn
a mile.
it.
The winner.
I'm surprised. I thought you were
Winner,
going
chicken
Tooth
dinner.
Fairy. I would have been completely fine with Tooth Fairy too.
Actually, no. HE Double Hockey Sticks, a Disney movie. That was with the two kids from Boy Meets World, a Lawrence brother and the guy who played Corey's brother.
Ryder Strong? Oh no, the other.
No, that was a friend. All right, but football movie, Lyle.
Oh lordy. That one's kind of tough. Because the two that I like the most actually go back to they're back in the 1970s. One is North Dallas 40. The other one is the original Longest Yard. I know that one's a far-fetched one as well, but that's the original Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds in the lead, in the lead role. That was, I think, 1972. I really like those two.
All right, Mark.
I gotta go with The Replacements. As dumb as that sounds.
You know
Wow.
what? I like The Replacements. I don't care
It's-
what anyone
Replacements
good
wasn't.
movie.
It was far-fetched, but it was but it was good
It was
entertaining.
based on
It
a
was an
story.
entertaining movie though.
It's a feel good
Feel-good.
movie.
The feel-good movie of what year was that?
It's one of my favorite scenes of all time is when he's at the bar hitting on the short-haired blonde chick, and it's John Madden and Pat Summerall commentating about how he could get there, but wasn't quite going to get there, and then it cut to the scene of them playing football, and he almost made it to the goal line. It's a great scene. It's a great scene because it worked both ways.
That is
Yeah.
good. Good. That's good.
Johnny.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Necessary Roughness.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, that one wasn't bad.
I think that's my favorite football movie.
That's my pick as well.
That's with Sinbad in it, wasn't it?
Sinbad,
Yeah.
Scott Bakula,
Kathy
Jason
Ireland.
Bateman.
Oh, Kathy Ireland is the
Kathy
kicker.
Ireland.
Yeah.
All right,
1992, I think that one.
91. Close.
91.
I just looked it up to make sure it wasn't unnecessary roughness. I'm pretty sure it was necessary roughness.
Necessary Roughness. Yeah.
And finally, basketball movie.
God.
Yeah, the
Well,
only
this one for
basketball
me,
movie
I'm
that-
just going to go ahead and... I'm sorry, John. I cut you
Go
off.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the only basketball movie that I really remember a lot is Blue Chips.
Yeah, Blue Chips. That was my pick.
I was going to go Space Jam, hands down. I didn't know you guys were even going
See,
to
I
choose
was-
any other movies.
believe I can fly.
Sing it, Bono.
I believe I can touch the sky.
Okay, now sing Sunday Bloody Sunday.
As long as I don't have to pee on anybody. I'm fine.
No, thank you. What about Hoosiers? That was my pick.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
What was the movie that Leonardo DiCaprio was in? And he played
Shutter Island.
no.
Basketball Diaries.
Yeah, there
The
it is.
Titanic.
Basketball Diaries.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, come on. Who can forget that classic scene on the deck of the Titanic when he does the big slam dunk for the win and says,
oh,
I'm king of
so
the world.
It was The Departed.
Again, surprised no one said Air Bud. I really thought that
Well,
would
was it called The Air Up There? The movie where they go to
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Air Up There. That was a decent movie.
That was a
Didn't make very many good basketball movies. Not been very many basketball movies. Like I said, I liked it. What about The Fish That Saved Cleveland or Pittsburgh or whatever it was?
He got
1976.
Oh, I
Talking
never
about
saw
the football kicking, trash picking.
that
what was it
Philadelphia Phenomenon.
called? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another one. Tony Danza. Also, He Got Game is a good movie too. I think it had Ray Allen in it, who's now
The
playing
guy
for the
game
Miami
does
Heat.
have Ray Allen in it. You're right.
Yeah.
But no, for me, like I said, for me though, Hoosiers was the best with Gene
Hoosiers.
Hackman and
Hackman.
Dennis Hopper and yeah, really
I
good.
think
movie.
my favorite horse racing movie is Let It Ride.
Okay.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
I know my favorite curling movie was Man with Brooms.
Men with Broom,
Red with
absolutely.
Brooms, definitely.
Obviously, my favorite soccer movie, Ladybugs. That was
I was gonna go with Bend It Like Beckham. So
well, Keira
Victory
Knightley.
was good too.
yeah,
Yeah.
my favorite horse racing movie was Seabiscuit.
Wait, what was one with Stallone?
That's Victory. Stallone was
Victory?
in Victory.
Oh God, yeah, that was so bad.
It
Oh
was
my
Pele
God,
and Sylvester Stallone.
that was horrible. My God. And it had a decent cast. That was the thing that was fun. It was directed by John Huston.
Favorite wrestling movie though.
Favorite wrestling movie? Oh, The Wrestler, no question.
The Wrestler was good.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm gonna go Vision Quest.
Okay, Vision Quest. Interesting.
Yeah.
Mark.
Wasn't there that one with David Arquette?
Yeah,
I'm not even
ready
gonna
to
pick that
rumble.
one.
Ready to Rumble. And No Holds Barred was another one.
Oh, how can we forget No Holds Barred? Come
I
on.
think my favorite wrestling movie was Mr. Mom with Hulk Hogan.
No, that's The Nanny. Mr. Mom was an entirely different movie.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Mr. Mom was with Michael Keaton. Yeah.
I think my favorite racing movie might be Driven.
Okay.
Which one is that?
Not Days of Thunder.
That's the
Yeah,
F1
is
one
that
with Sylvester Stallone.
Stallone, yeah, I thought so.
My actual racing movie that I really liked is Le Mans with Steve McQueen. I know it was panned back at the time, but it was I think it's a really good movie. My favorite racing movie that you could be considered non-racing movie is also a Steve McQueen movie, and that's Bullet.
I like Johnny's choice of Driven. Days of Thunder is obviously up there.
Days of Thunder is a good movie.
What about Talladega Nights?
Talladega Nights was okay. Can't be tell. But I'm gonna go with Roots. What's that?
Oh!
And it's over.
Oh, famous race. Not famous race. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
I was not expecting that at all.
Well then, silly me.
Oh, thanks, Scotty. That's the best laugh I've had this week.
At
Oh
least
my
you
God.
didn't. At least you didn't bring that out for basketball movies.
Yeah.
You know what? When I was watching Roots,
That was good though.
that's the only time I saw my dad cry. Was at the end. And he said, "This is bullshit," and flipped the table. I really didn't know what was going on.
That was good. That was a good racing movie. Right? Right, racing movie.
Oh God. Okay. On that note, I gotta cut it, guys.
Yeah, for a while. We'll talk to you, man.
We'll
Good
talk
stuff,
to you next
Brian.
week. We should hopefully have some. Maybe we'll be ready for the conference finals by then.
Mhm.
If not, we'll just go into more sports movies. Next
Yeah,
more
absolutely. When we
sports
run out of hockey
media.
stuff to talk about, more sports movies. This
That
is
works.
great. This is great. Okay.
All right.
Let's see you next week, guys.
See you later.
See ya.
Wow.
There he goes, Lyle Richardson.
That was good.
Loving the Roots race movie.
That was good. That was a very racing movie.
Hey.
Sometimes you gotta race.
Oh, I was gonna say something absolutely terrible. I'm not going to.
No, don't say it.
When they changed his name to Toby, me and my dad high-fived.
I was gonna say Weapons Racing, but that's a horse movie. That's a horse racing movie.
Oh.
Not Rubbins Racing. That's Days of Thunder.
God.
Yeah.
All right, that was too far. That was too far. I apologize.
Has there been a horse racing movie that hasn't been based on a true story?
What was the horse racing movie that the
Sex
guy
and the
that
City?
was
Oh,
no, that's it.
that was just someone riding
it's
Sarah
just-
Jessica
no, it's just a
Parker. I
horse.
apologize.
What was the horse racing movie that the guy from Police Academy was voicing?
Steve Guttenberg?
No. Gold. What was it? What's his name?
Michael Winslow?
No, the guy. The guy
Hightower?
that's like,
Oh, Bobcat Goldthwait?
Bobcat?
yeah, that guy. He was the voice of a horse in one of the movies.
What?
Yeah, he used to. Remember, he would talk to all the other horses, and it would throw them off their game, and he would win races.
Was it Mr. Ed?
I don't, I-
Are you
don't-
sure this was a movie? Are you sure this wasn't a drug-induced dream?
Yeah.
no, I'm pretty certain it was a movie.
I know he was the voice of the rabbit on Unhappily Ever After with Nikki Cox and Kevin Conley.
Yes, I understand that. All right, let me.
Remember that?
This guy.
It's an interesting Bobcat Gold. There we go.
Goldthwait.
Goldthwait.
I'm
Gold
pretty certain
Thwait.
you can just put in Bobcat and it would pull up a lot of things.
Yeah, well, especially in Calgary, the actual Bobcat tools. Oh my God, Bobcat Goldthwait. How he was married to Nikki Cox when she was hot, I have no idea. But hey, good for him.
Is she not hot anymore?
She's still. Was it called Hot to Trot, Johnny?
Yes.
Of course.
True
it was.
story.
God.
Hot to Trot, that was it?
How do you remember this?
I'm going to say that was a movie that wasn't based off of a true story.
Simpleton Fred Cheney, played by Bobcat Goldthwait, inherits a buck-toothed horse named Don and one half of a stock brokerage firm from his dead mother. He discovers Don's a talking horse who could also speak the language of several other animals that belonged to his deceased father. His stepfather, Walter Sawyer, offers to buy out Cheney's share of the business for a paltry sum, but Cheney refuses. God, seems terrible.
I watched my fair share of shitty movies when I was a kid.
I understand. Wow, this seems... Don refuses to talk. How about that? This seems fantastic, and I think we have to Netflix this.
You might get really weird movies after that, though.
After that, I hope I get weird movies before that, showing that I'm consistent. In any case, we got ourselves a fun little deal here. We go to shoutouts, Johnny P.
I have a shout out to the Charlotte Bobcats.
Interesting.
Just I don't know why. I don't know why. I have a shout out to the Giro d'Italia starting in Ireland on Friday.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think there's 3 stages in Ireland, and then they fly back to the motherland. Most favorite part of the Giro d'Italia, podium girls. Just saying. Yeah, so that should be fun. 3 weeks of racing bikes through Italian scenery, and then getting to the podium girls each day.
Sounds good.
What else? I have a shout out to the Sean Kelly Cup. It is that is the trophy that you win by winning fantasy cycling. In our group, we have a very worldwide group. It's me in the United States. It's a bunch of people that Phil knows in England, and Saskia if she remembers to put in a team. Very diverse group. Very diverse. Extremely diverse. And I think that's all of my shout-outs. Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right,
Shout
Mark.
out to a diss to Google Plus, though, for screwing up our first show.
Mark with a C.
I will give a shout out to. Let's see, what's coming up this weekend? Anything big? Not really. I think I'm gonna go to the O's game on Friday. Shout out for Scott coming back next week. When are you coming back? When are you flying?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. So not this week. Not next week. You will be here, but the following week you will be here
What?
for the show.
Yes, the 21st.
The Wednesday before Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
Do you guys have Memorial Day in Canada?
No, we have Victoria Day. It's the week before.
Ugh, of course it is.
It's not just
Shout out to Victoria Day coming up this weekend.
next weekend.
Whatever.
I can't find it. To the hell with it.
Shout out to Major League. Shout out to Major League 2. Shout out to Bob Uecker.
Yes, that
and
ball
shout
would have
out,
been out of most parks.
name one.
Yellowstone?
And shout out to that actress named that played Nikki that was never in anything else ever again. That's it. I'm done.
Alrighty. Shout out to my peoples up at Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual in Airdrie. They treated me well this weekend. Even went up for a bonus time on Saturday. Had a nice little chicken Caesar salad. It was great times. Shout out to getting ready and a clean bill of health for the tournament that's coming up. So, doctor said, yeah, it's good. It's probably good for you. Just get the hell out of here. So that was good. Shout out to just hanging out and getting stuff ready and getting ready to show up back to the homeland. Can't wait to be back in Maryland once again. Hopefully it's not as hot or rainy for Pimlico weekend. So Preakness in your face. That's it. That's all. I got nothing else, guys. We'll talk to you next week when we will get hyped for the Maryland return and also get hyped for the rest of the playoffs. But for Jenny P. Mark with a C, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. It's been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com, which is also our Tumblr. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/FOHS Radio, and the Twitter is at FaceOffHCKY Show. So until next week, a peace. Pizza.